Hello, my name is Brandon Powell, and I'm the youngest of 4 children to my parents, Kevin and Diane Powell. I was born in Washington State, around the Olympia area, and at church, my parents became involved with the ministry of Gospel for Asia. And during that time, they had friends that were there in Texas in their main office, and they were thinking God was leading them to go serve down in Texas. So they prayed about it for a couple of years, and when I was 2 years old, we moved to Carrollton, Texas to go serve at the ministry there. That's me. In my early years, it basically consisted of ministry, homeschooling, baseball, and my best friend Dominic. Starting with my dad, he was in the fulfillment department, which means he had to be in charge of making sure shipments were coming in and out, the books and everything. So I got to help him pack things, unpack things. Homeschooling was a big effect because it drew me and my siblings closer together in lots of different ways. At 8 years old, I became involved with baseball, and it's been a love of mine ever since. And mostly, my childhood consisted of playing with my best friend Dominic because we were both homeschooled, and he lived across the street, so I just ran over to his house like every day. In 2014, Gospel for Asia was looking to expand, so they found the property out in Wills Point, Texas, and they moved their building out and they started building, and then they provided housing for us, so then everyone who was on staff moved out there. During this time, we knew the majors who came here, and we knew them from a homeschool co-op that we went to. They told us about the school because we were wondering if I could play sports somewhere because there was nowhere really around. So they recommended CCS for sports because they let homeschoolers play. But little did I know, would change my life. That's the Cops building. Life changed a lot. I didn't know I was going to attend school full time. When thinking about attending school and teachers that impacted me, I could go on and on about teachers that helped me see different things. But I had to think back to when I first started to think of people who impacted me. My first memories of the school was in Miss Nelson's and Miss Cowan's devotions in 7th grade. I feel like I had a special connection with them because it was also their first year at poetry, so I felt like we were in the same boat. I was in English with Mrs. Cowan and math with Mrs. Nelson at that time. Mrs. Cowan, she always showed up to games to support. I'm so proud and happy that she came to games. She always supported us no matter what. She was probably the only 3 teachers that showed up to baseball games every time. And she also taught me how to write, which was a feat in itself because I didn't even know how to write a paragraph when I was on school. She was also very gracious and caring because of this. So she gave me lots of praise. Mrs. Nelson, I spent lots of time with Mrs. Nelson over the many things we had done together, NHS, missions, her helping with finding the right college. She has such a giving nature about herself that she just keeps on giving to everyone around her. I know she's had a last couple of years kind of been rough for her, and I know it's been rough for all of us too, but I know that she has given me hope seeing her strive for Christ, even through all that she's been through. That's me, dressed up with Miss Cowan for today. 2 more teachers that have impacted me and helped me see things about life are Mrs. Phillips and Dr. Brand. Mrs. Phillips, I've been with her with Stuco and Yearbook. Overall, she has just been a good friend to me and always reminds me of the impact that I have on students, especially the younger ones, and kept me straight in the way to try to lead them. She has been kind and loving to me and she had always been a blast to be around. It was so much fun. And Dr. Horan, she has always been supportive for me and helping me achieve any of my goals I wanted at school. She has not only been a principal, but a class mom for us, and so I've been very appreciative of her opening up her house to our class all the time. One thing I really admire about Dr. Horan is that she sees potential in people, even if they didn't know they had potential, and she just makes them strive to be the best version of themselves. And that she also just makes so many sacrifices for the school that people don't know about. These three men here are people who have been involved with the school. They're not really full-time with the school. They've been a big impact on my life as a young man. Mr. Frank has been my coach for basketball my sophomore and junior year. He impacted me in lots of ways. So he taught me the importance of being a good sport, and that teammates are more important in the game, that chemistry is what puts your game above other things. Mr. Packer, I was able to serve the missions team with him, and I'm so grateful I've gotten to know him more. He has a giving heart, and he taught me how to share my faith. So sometimes it's just by listening to somebody's story and just being a listening ear. Mr. Reisinger has been my Connect teacher for the past 3 years, and I have loved his classes. This past year, he has been my mentor, and I've been very happy to have someone to talk to, like Mr. Reisinger. He is open and honest, and has always just sit there and listen to me. Through many concerns that I've had with school and outside things in life. And I've also learned that if you want to be a favorite teacher, then always bring snacks. My friends have impacted me a lot at poetry. The reason they have impacted me so much is because most of my good memories at school are with my friends. They have always been loving and supportive of me, trying to get me to do more things, to chase the dreams that I've wanted. They've also pushed me to be a better person in every way, even if they don't think so. Two more people that have impacted my life a lot would be James and Ulysses. When I came to school, I wasn't very sociable at all, and I didn't really have any friends until freshman year when they first started talking to me, and they really showed me that school could be fun and school at the same time. And I'm very appreciative of them helping me through getting through those social blocks and being unsociable. I know James' time here was a blessing, and I'm extremely blessed that he spent his time and chose to spend his time with us. A very special opportunity that my family was given was to be able to have exchange students stay at our house. Alex came our sophomore year in 2018, and he was amazing and helpful. And then the following year, they asked if we would want Artem, his brother, to stay with us also. And so we were like, okay, Alex is awesome, so we'll just have Artem to stay too. It officially became a guy house when they both came, and I was very happy about that. I really enjoyed having them around. They bring extra life to the house, and they truly are a part of our family. I've been in many activities at poetry. One of my favorites has been basketball. I was not a basketball player until I came to poetry, but I said I would join in 7th grade, and I have loved it ever since. Played all the way through senior year. Basketball really taught me teamwork and the importance of having support, someone always watching your back. Also, again, that chemistry with each other is the key, and that you have to build up each other when you're out of school. Baseball, I have played varsity baseball since 7th grade coming here. It has been so fun playing with all the different ages of guys through my years. I've just had a great time playing this sport. It's dear to my heart, and I really have enjoyed spending time with them. Coaches were very supportive, and any way that I wanted to go with career or college, they were going to help me try to get there. I was also involved with track. We had track for 1 year when I was here, and I enjoyed every part of it. Yearbook, we did not have a yearbook photo, but I really enjoyed having the experience of working with other classmates and collaborating ideas to try to figure out the best way to have a yearbook. I was also a part of student council. I was a student council treasurer for the past 2 years. I really wanted to be a part of student council to help make decisions with the events, because I knew that I could try to figure out something to make everyone come. Also got to be a part of NHS. I was blessed to be a part of NHS and be accepted into it. I do hope in the future sometime that we can figure out a way to make it more enveloped in the school, because it kind of feels like there's not that much going on with NHS during the year. So I do hope in the future that they can figure out a way to involve it more. One of my favorite things at school has been being on the missions team. I have really enjoyed going on the missions trip. Missions work has always been part of me, but I really never got to go to India where Gospel Praise was working or anything, so I always had an outside view of missions. But going to Kentucky at Big Creek Missions really opened my eyes again to show like what missions work really is. Some of my favorite events would have to be the dances like Kentucky Prom and Light of the Night. I really enjoy dances. But when talking about missions, you have to think about the people that you're serving. A lot of these people have impacted me, seeing different ways that people have lived, and that I still pray for these people by name because I remember their names and their faces. I also think that everyone should go on a mission trip at Poetry or just in general. I think it's a great experience for people to see other ways of living, even in the U.S. My future plans are to attend East Texas Baptist University in Marshall, Texas. My plan is to major in business and get a minor in digital media communications. I've always had a business mind that I've really loved. We're making videos over the years at school, so I'm very grateful that I was accepted there. I was also given the opportunity to try out for their basketball team. I don't know where that's going to lead this summer because they're in an interesting state, so I will have to see where college goes at that time. My advice for underclassmen would be take advantage of the resources you have here at Poetry. They don't realize all the stuff that we have. We have our dual credit and everything that helps you with college a lot easier. I know because I won't have to take English in college, and I'm very happy about that. Next, I would say love your teachers, because your teachers here probably love you more than any teachers you're going to have anywhere else. And they're so invested in the school and in you as a person that I would say like love your teachers. Also, make the most of your time here at school. Get involved with everything that we're doing. I heard students say a couple times last year, "Oh, it's no fun at Poetry, nobody does anything, there's no fun." I was like, well, you're the reason that it's not fun, because you don't do anything. So get involved with everything, be creative, don't be afraid to go out on a limb and just have fun at things. Lastly, thank you to the board, and the teachers and faculty, everyone who just supported me and my class. I'm so grateful for the way that they have led the school over the years, even though during the times I've not been grateful. But I see, looking back now, that it was such a great experience. Also speaking about just the situation now, I know it was a concern for our class, be able to make this capstone personal, and glad that we still figured out a way to be able to make it personal. So I'm very thankful for that.